and welcome to module 11, switch security configuration. So in this module we're going to implement port security to mitigate the MAC address table attacks and explain how to configure dynamic trunking protocol and native VLAN to mitigate VLAN attacks. Explain how to configure DHCP snooping to mitigate DHCP attacks, and explain how to configure ARP inspection to mitigate ARP attack, how to configure port pass BPDU guard to mitigate spanning tree protocol attacks. Okay, so layer 2 attacks are some of the easiest for the hacker to deploy, but this threat can also be mitigated with some common layer 2 solution. All switch ports should be secured before the switch is deployed for the production. So meaning bago pa natin ilagay yung device, halimbawa bagong bili nating switch, i-configure natin siya in a secure area. Okay, or pwede namang sa bawat room or department make sure na wala pang mga devices na naka-connect diyan on the console, okay, before it is being brought live on the network. Yan. Iba, typically kino-configure siya sa server room Yan. Kunyari merong mga 6 na switches. Yan. Iko-configure siya doon ng ating NOC engineer or administrator, lalagyan ng label yung switch na yan, kung minsan sticker, pangalan. Okay, so once completed na at hardened na yung configuration doon sa switch na yan, then it can be brought to the different areas, kunyari sa HR department, sa production and so on. Okay, and then nilalagay na siya ron at i-connect na sa usually yung mga rack, yung wall mount rack or bay rack and so on. So how a port is secured depends on its function, Yan. So simple method that many administrators use to help secure the network from unauthorized access is to disable all unused port on a switch to mitigate each unused port and navigate to each unused port and issue the shutdown command. Okay, so if a port must be reactivated at a later time, then the administrator can issue no shutdown. So if there were multiple interfaces that needed to be shut down, use this command interface range. Okay, so we can use okay, for example in this let me clear this on my GNS3. Okay, so we have 2 switches here, let me go to SW1 and then issue do show IP in brief to view available interfaces. So this switch has 16 ports. Okay, so for example I would want to shut down this range of ports, so this is in sequence, 0, 1, 2 and 3, so to do that, interface range gigabit or simply G 30 to 3. Okay, and then shutdown. Okay, so what if the ranges is off sequence, meaning for example in this switch, So for example, we need to shut down 30 port, 32 port, therefore we can use this command, interface range G30, we can use comma, and then G32. Teka lang, okay, interface range, I forgot. Sometimes I always forget, yeah, interface range and then shutdown. Okay, so let's go back to our slide. So the simplest and most effective method to prevent MAC address table overflow attack is to enable port security. Port security limits the number of valid MAC addresses allowed on a port. Let me show you, for example, I have here Kali Linux. So Kali Linux, let's configure it as 2048 or 2 gig in memory, and let's connect it to this port. Show MAC address count. Total MAC address available space is this much, so 77 million. Ang dami, okay, 77 million pala siya, pero palagi ko this is just cheat, on this simulator. So let's try to go to Yersinia, a tool that we can use to forward DHCP Discover. So while forwarding DHCP Discover, it will also forward bogus MAC addresses, okay. Let me change the preferences, okay. So let's launch, let's try Mac off. If there is a Mac off, there is no Mac off command here, so let's try Yersinia, so Yersinia is not yet installed. Okay, let me install it for a moment, let me pause. Okay, so I rebooted the Kali Linux, after installing a package called Yersinia. After this, we're going to try to create fake or bogus frame, such as DHCP Discover. Although that command is used for DHCP starvation attack, the problem with this version of Kali Linux, it does not support the MAC overflow attack, MAC overflow attack package, so I haven't found the package on the internet, so Gamitin muna natin si Yersinia, no? So Yersinia minus G, graphical user, no? Okay, and then so kung makikita mo to, there are lots of attacks that we can create here, no? uh, like DHCP attack, trunking attack. Okay, siguro dito tayo, no, sa DHCP attack. So mag launch attack tayo, tapos discovery packet. Okay, and then send. So magbabato ng DHCP ano yan, discovery. Let's try, no, kung dadami yung MAC address dito. Show MAC address table. Yan, as you can see, no, napupuno siya ng MAC address. Yan, to the point na minsan naghahang na to, no. Show MAC address table count. So total MAC address learned is 2006, ano. Yan, and so on, tataas pa ng tataas yan, you know? Habang bato ng bato, no, yung ating Yersinia, no, ng peking DHCP discovery packet. Bumagal yung ano yung switch 1 eh. Anyway, tigilan na natin itong attack natin. At least nakita natin na yung switch natin na bombard ng peking MAC address. Doon pa lang sa isang port pa lang Yan. Yan. Ngayon ngayon nagano na siya, nag-respond na siya, no. Bumagal yung yung switch natin. To the point na hindi na siya mag-perform ng maayos, So ang gagawin ko, ayan, show MAC address table count. 24,000 yung na-detect niya, no. Ayan, so delikado pala yun. Nahahaya lang natin na default settings yung switch natin. Okay, so simplest and most effective daw yan, no. So the simplest and most effective method to prevent MAC address table overflow attack is to enable port security. Ganun din yung yung MAC address overflow attack, simple lang siya i-operate, no. Okay, pwede kang gumamit ng MAC off kung supported ng Linux distribution mo, or pwede rin naman yung Yersinia tapos DHCP discovery, Kung meron nga tayo naka-configure na DHCP server, di ubos na IP address nun eh. Okay, so port security limits the number of valid MAC addresses allowed on a port. So it allows an administrator to manually configure MAC addresses for a port, or to permit the switch to dynamically learn a limited number of MAC addresses. When a port configured with the port security, when a port configured with port security receive a frame, the source MAC address of the frame is compared to the list of secured source MAC addresses that were manually configured or dynamically learned on the port. By limiting the number of permitted MAC addresses, one, no? Port security can be used to control unauthorized access to the network. Usually, yung nilalagyan lang naman ng uh, maximum, no? Maximum number of one is yung interface connecting to server, printer, and so on, no? Ayan. So, how to enable this feature, no? So, to enable these features, switch port the security muna. And then, kung ano pa yung mga parameters na kailangan mo, no? Pero before that, no? Kailangan naka-access mode muna yung ating interface. So, without access mode, ganito makikita nyo error, no? Command rejected because nag-switch port security kagad siya. Tinatry niya i-enable yan, naka-dynamic port siya. Dapat daw access port daw. Kung ito na ay naka-enable, no? If you want to verify it, no? Show port security and then the interface, no? So siguro on this machine, okay, ito kasi ay Cisco IOS router, no? That will serve as DHCP server natin. Siguro configure na rin muna natin itong DHCP server natin para may buhay naman, no? Yung ating topology. So, gagawin ko kasi siyang host so ibig sabihin tatanggalin ko yung routing. And then, in G00, IP address, for example, 192.168.1.2, and then, no shutdown. So, to create a DHCP pool, first we need to exclude, no, yung address niya saka yung address ni gateway, so IP DHCP excluded ang command yan, 192.168.1.1 192.168.1.2 kasama yung IP address niya. Okay, and then so create tayo ng pool name, no? IP DHCP pool, any name naman ito, no? Halimbawa LAN, then network parameter, no? Network 192.168.1.0, subnet mask, default router na ibabato niya or gateway which is 1.1, although wala tayong router dito. For example, DNS server natin ay yung na lang din, 1.2, or pwede rin yung router, for example lang. And then pwede rin tayo maglagay ng domain name, no? Kunyari henrix.it yung ating internal, no? Yan, pwede na yan, no? Sample lang naman yan. Sa list duration pwede rin tayo maglagay dito, no? For example 8 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes. Baka meron pa no? Baka meron pa tayo may dadagdag. So yun lang, no? So try muna natin ito by connecting yung default host, no, na meron kay GNS3 once na ma-install nyo yan. Ito ay limited memory lang naman ito. Let's view it. So software based lang siya, wala siyang image. Ito na kaagad siya, nag-boot na kaagad siya. So IP address DHCP or yan, IP DHCP pala yung command niya. So it will try, no, to get an IP address using DORA, no, process. Yan, bakit kaya can't find DHCP server? So naka-up naman siya. 192.168.1.2. Show IP and brief. Naka-up din yung abang link ito. So this is G01 G01 ng switch. Naka-up naman siya. So ano kaya ang problema? So try ko nga i-configure IP DHCP So IP DHCP pool, network address, default router, DNS, domain name. Okay naman yung configuration natin. But our PC, which is connected to G03, okay. So meron na Dora. Karoon lang siguro ng delay ito, no? Pero meron na siyang IP address. IP show. Show IP. Iba yung command niya eh. Anyway, so meron siyang IP address 1.4 gateway, 1.1 DNS 1.1 and 1.2 yung DHCP server natin with DNS suffix, no? Okay. So balikan natin yung DHCP server natin. Yan, tapos kunin natin yung MAC address niya doon sa gigabit 00, no? Show run show in G00 include VIA. So ito yung MAC address niya. Okay, yung CA05. Di ko alam kung kapag kinopy ko siya dito, right click, ay maipipaste natin dito, no? Sa G01 ng switch 1 natin. So in G01 switch port mode access, switch port port security, switch port port security maximum by default 1, switch port port security MAC address. Pwede. Duplicate na siya kasi nakilala na siya eh. So anyway, ang gagawin ko na lang siguro muna is shutdown ko muna siguro yung port, no? In G01. Tapos restart natin para may hardcode natin siya. So while rebooting, try natin ito. So let's assume na na-configure na natin to sa gigabit 01, ano? To verify lang naman is show port security interface G0/1. Ito yung makikita natin doon, no? Enabled, tapos kung nag-violate ito, secure shutdown, no? And then default violation na nakaset sa port natin is shutdown kapag merong na-detect na ibang MAC address. Nakalagay dito yung maximum address configured, this one. Kung hindi natin specify yung maximum, by default meron naman yung value na 1. So note, if an active port is configured with switch port security command and more than one device is connected to that port, the port will transition to error disabled state, no? Show port security in G01. Secure down. Show port security address. Yan. So lagay na natin, manual na natin. G01. Do show port DASEC. Yan. So secured configured. So kapag manually ano siya, manually configured secure MAC address, secure configured na nakalagay dito. Okay. Save natin. So sabi daw violation shutdown, no? Try natin mag-connect ng ng ibang device. Pasensya na at medyo clutter yung ating topology. And then balik tayo dito. So lagay ulit tayo na BPS, BPC. Tanggalin muna natin ito. Kabit natin sa gigabit 01. I think shutdown kasi. Try natin IP address DHCP. So ayaw niya. Yan, so nag-trigger ng violation yung paglalagay natin ng IP address. Ang sabi niya rito sa kanyang log error, so meron siya ditong facility severity type 4, error disable, support secure violation, error detected on gigabit 01. So putting gigabit 01 in error error disable state. Yan. So nakalagay din dito, gigabit 01 is down, line protocol is down because it is set to error disabled state. Kapag ka naka-error disabled state daw, masosolve lang daw natin ang problem na to by removing that violator, no, yung device na yan. Connect ulit natin yung allow device and then issue a shutdown muna doon sa interface na yon and no shutdown, no, to refresh, no, yung settings na ito. Yan. So puntahan natin, delete natin to kasi kahit ilagay natin ito si server dito, hindi naman siya babalik eh. Yan, not unless so int g01 shutdown, no shutdown. And then show IP in brief. Yan, so naka-up na siya. So let's go back here, no. So after port security is enabled, other port security specifics can be configured as shown in this example, no. We can set aging, port security aging command, MAC address secure, MAC address, secure MAC address, maximum, and then violation. So limit and learn MAC addresses, no. Yeah, so to set the maximum number of MAC addresses allowed on the port, use the following command, no? Switch port security maximum and then the value. The default port security value is 1. The maximum number of secure MAC addresses that can be configured depend on the switch and the iOS. So let's try nga natin siya dito sa ating GNS3, ano, kung gaano karami, ano. Int switch port security maximum question mark, dito ano 4097 MAC addresses sa isang port, no. The switch can be configured to learn about MAC addresses on a secure port, no, in one of the 3 ways, no. Manually configured, the administrator manually configures a static MAC addresses by using the following command for each secure MAC address on the port: switch port security MAC-address and MAC address. Again, this is use only for servers, printers, no, mga ganyan, yung mga important device natin on the network, no, that is sitting still, no, on each area, no. So meaning hindi siya yung nagbabago-bago, hindi siya napapalitan anytime, no. Dynamically learned when the switch port security command is entered, the current source MAC address for the device connected to the port is automatically secured, no, but is not added to the running configuration if the switch is rebooted. The port will have to relearn, no, the device MAC address. Yun nga lang, although madidetect natin yung mga MAC addresses dito sa dynamically learned, pag reboot natin ng switch natin tapos may mga nag-join uli na mga PC doon, minsan paunahan kung sino yung unang ma-detect ng switch natin, no, para mailista doon sa dynamic secure, no. Yan. Kung ang goal naman natin is yung halimbawa konektahin yung mga devices that is owned by the organization, kagaya ng mga laptop ng ating mga managers, no, sticky yung pwede natin gawin. Pag ang word na sticky, may option lang tayo to save, no, sa running configuration, para pag reboot ng switch natin, matatandaan ni switch yung mga MAC addresses na yan. Then therefore ima-manual niya na kaagad sa MAC address table, sa kanyang MAC address table. So try muna natin yung dynamic secure. Siguro tanggalin natin ito. Maglagay tayo ng hub. So meron pang hub dito, Ethernet hub. Tapos configure natin ito. Halimbawa maximum 10, no. Yung ating gigabit 11. Oh, sorry. So switch port mode access. Yan, tapos switch port security, switch port security maximum 10. Okay, so okay na yan. So verify muna natin, show port security address. So sa ngayon wala pa doon sa G11 na nadidetect na MAC address. Not unless we go to this device and issue IP address or IP DHCP to acquire an IP address. Okay, and then on our switch number 1, show port security address. Yan, secure dynamic. Okay, show port security in G11 to verify. According here, secure app, operational, violation shutdown, and then maximum address 10, total MAC address 2. So wala pang violation, ano. Ayan. So yun nga lang, no, although madidetect naman natin yung kanyang MAC address, or makikita natin yung kanyang MAC address table. Ayan, nakalagay dynamic, no, or static na. So So sa running config sa gigabit 11, hindi nakikita dito yung yung learn MAC address, no? Hindi kagaya ng sa sticky. Sa sticky nakakabit dito eh. Pagka nakolekta na yon, then pwede mo na siyang i-copy, run, start, no? So dito wala tayong option, kahit mag-copy run start ka, pag restart mo paunahan uli yung mga devices natin, and then saka lang uli siya makaka-capture ng switch natin dito sa port, ano. Okay, isa pang example, yung sticky naman. Dito sa GNS3 kasi walang walang access point dito eh. Maganda sana kung may access point din eh. Ito naman gawin natin siya sticky. So dagdag pa tayo ng PC. So ingat lang tayo sa resources, ano, kasi pataas na pataas yan eh. Baka mamaya maghang. Yan. So gawin natin itong sticky G1 G10 in G10 switch port mode access, switch port access, switch port security, switch port security maximum 10 natin, and then switch port security mac sticky. Show port address. Ito tayo dito. Secure sticky naman ang makikita natin, no? Kapag MAC address is sticky. So nung difference na Shoran, tapos doon sa G10 natin may makikita tayong dalawang address. Yan siya. So may option tayo if we wanted that our switch will be able to remember this and able to copy this on the MAC address, so that it will not relearn this, no, after reboot. Ayan. Ibig sabihin nun parang naka-static siya, no. Isa-save natin siya. Ayan. Save natin siya sa running configuration. So at least dynamic, at least na kapag configure na tayo ng tatlong port security settings na. Support security aging. Port security aging can be used to set the aging time for static and dynamic secure addresses on the port, on a port, no, and two types of aging are supported per port. We have the absolute. The secure addresses on the port are deleted after a specified aging time, inactivity. The secure addresses on the port are deleted if they are inactive for specified time, ano. So try nga natin kung mayroong ganyang command, ano, dito sa ating iOS. Switch port security aging question mark. So we have subukan nga natin yung time, no? Time. aging time in minutes, no? Enter the value 1 to 1 minute to 1,440 minutes, no? Yan, so pwedeng ganun. Gawin natin maximum aging time kasi 3 minutes 5 minutes, no? 300 seconds, parang 5, tama, 5 minutes yun, no? Yung typical aging time sa MAC address kapag yung MAC address ay naging, or yung device naging inactive, mabubura yung MAC address niya doon sa MAC address table 300 seconds yun. Okay, ito naman daw in minutes daw no? So pwede tayong mag-set, no? Pero in reality naman, again, minsan hindi na rin naman na ito ginagawa siguro sa mga malalaki environment, no? That is more secure, no? Kagaya ng mga service provider, nilalagyan talaga nila ito, no? Lagyan natin siya ng minutes, 10 minutes example lang. Tapos type, no? Switch for port security aging type, absolute, no? Sabi daw absolute, the secure addresses on the port are deleted after specified aging time. Ito namang inactivity, kung inactive siya. Okay, inactivity. Okay lang, lalagay natin or absolute na lang. Show port security interface G01. So aging time 10 minutes, aging type absolute, no? Yan. Ito kasing command na to, wala naman to do sa packet tracer Okay. As you can see nga, no? Ngayon ko lang nakita yon yung sa packet tracer, or kanina ko lang nakita sa packet tracer, na kapag ka naglagay ako ng dalawang access point, dito nagloloko siya sa sticky. Okay. So pero doon sa lumang packet tracer, okay yun Anyway, sabi ko nga sa'yo, minsan pagka pagka inulit nila yung version, no? Or pagka meron silang bagong update, from the scratch nila ginagawa ito, no? Okay, kasi nga ang problema lang naman sa open source, no? Pagka nabago yung version ng programming language, or yung kunyari yung Python ang ginagamit, may Python 2.7, may Python 3, minsan merong incompatible command doon, okay? Or incompatible mga syntaxes, no? Siguro nakakalimutan, no? Although na ika-copy paste na yung ibang mga commands, no? Hindi nila alam na sa ibang version pala ay hindi na supported yung ganong syntaxes, no? They assume na lang nagagana yon. So pag-usapan naman natin yung violation. If the MAC address of the device attached, no, to a port differs from the list of secure addresses, then the port violation occur, no, and the port enters the error disabled state. Ito yung default shutdown. The port transition to error disabled state immediately, turns off the port LED and send a syslog message, no, to increment it increments violation counter. So try nga natin. Tanggalin muna natin to kasi baka mag overload na tayo. Maglagay tayo ng Windows. Gagawin ko tong syslog server. Yan, para makikita talaga natin kung magsisend talaga siya ng syslog. Ito ay kukuha ng IP address sa DHCP server natin. So 1.8. So yan yung magiging IP address natin for syslog server. Gamit na lang tayo ng third party software called TFTP server. I think saan nandito. So wala pa siyang TFTP server. Okay, let me pause for a while and then download the software, no, to save time. Okay, so I have your TFTP D32 software, no, open source yan, tapos syslog server na rin siya. So tayo magsisilbing syslog server natin, 1.8. So run natin. So piliin natin yung kanyang address and then syslog server. So punta tayo dito sa search natin. Lagyan natin siya ng IP address. So idadagdag natin siya dito sa sa IP DHCP excluded address 1.254. Ito yung gagamitin nating IP address para sa VLAN 1 natin. Which is i-configure ko. Okay, switch. Tapos ay logging IP address, no? 192.168.1.8. Tapos logging level 7 pababa. So ilang kailangan ko para nakaset doon sa ating syslog. So try ko muna mag-shutdown ng port, no, on the switch. So dapat kasi nag-a-update yan dito eh. Wala siyang lag. Try ko munang i-disable yung ano nito, firewall, no? So Windows firewall. Kaya bumabalik siya. Bumabalik yung ano. Yan. So naglag na siya. So ang gagawin natin ay mag-introduce tayo ng violation dito. Gaya ng ginawa natin kanina, kuha lang tayo ng extra PC. So security violation occurred caused by MAC address. Ayan, na-detect niya kaagad, no? Ang galing. Error disabled. Tapos ito yung kanyang log, no? So sabi dito sa ating log, interface gigabit 01 change state to down. Triggered by error disabled eh. Ayan, so totoo nga, yung shutdown nagbabato ng log sa syslog server. Okay. Ngayon nga lang, naka-disabled state siya, no? We need to manually, siya, reopen, no? Show port naka-shutdown siya. Error disabled. Int G01 shut, no, shut. Up, down, line protocol, interface, gigabit change state to up na siya. Okay. So balikan natin para lang malinaw, no, yung concept nito. Kapag ka shutdown daw, automatically will send a message to syslog server, no. Yan, tapos it increments the violation counter doon sa sa kanyang status, no? Yan, yung restrict, the port drops the packet with a known source address until you remove a sufficient number. Ang ibig sabihin nitong restrict, hindi magsha-shutdown yung port, may ilaw pa rin yung port niyan. Kaya lang, kapag kunyari may na-detect siya, halimbawa lumampas ka ng maximum number of MAC address, 5 naging 6, no? So yung isa diyan, yung isang PC doon will be unable to sabihin natin access devices, no, kasi nga nag-violate eh. The rest okay. So maglalag counter lang siya ng violation number, tapos magpapadala siya ng syslog message sa server. Yan, hindi ko na lang gagawin dito, no. Yung protect gaya ng restrict. So ibig sabihin hindi magsha-shutdown yung port, hindi mo na kailangan shutdown o shutdown. The problem is no syslog message, no. Yan. So when a port is shut down and placed in the error disabled state, no traffic is sent or received on that port. A series of port security related messages displayed on the console as shown in the following, no? Yan. P-secure violation. Show port security. Support security. Okay. Ayun na nagawa na natin yung regarding dun sa port security on our GNS3 ano. So now VLAN attack review, no? A VLAN hopping attack can be launched, no, in one of three ways. So spoofing DTP messages from attacking host to cause the switch to enter trunking mode. From here, the attacker can send traffic tag with the target VLAN, and the switch then delivers the packet to the destination, introducing a rogue switch and enabling trunking, no? The attacker can then access all the VLANs on the victim, no, from the rogue switch. Another type of VLAN hopping attack is double tagging or double encapsulated attack, ano. This attack takes advantage of the way hardware on most switches operate. So medyo mahirap siya ngayon, no, i-demonstrate dito sa ating laboratory, ano. Okay, pero magagawa siya. How to mitigate VLAN hopping? Ayan, ang gagawin lang daw natin is kung access daw yung port natin, ni manual natin siyang i-access, no? Ayan. So disable DTP auto trunking negotiation on non-trunking port by using switch port mode access interface configuration command. Disable unused ports, no, and put them in an unused VLAN. Kunyari interface range 17 to 20 switch port mode access, and then put it to unused VLAN, no. Manually enable the trunk link, no, on a trunk port by switch port mode trunk. Disable DTP auto trunking negotiation on a trunking port, no, by using switch port na negotiate command. Okay. Set the native VLAN to a VLAN other than VLAN 1 by using switch port trunk native. Okay, try nga natin, no. Yan, pwede na ako magbawas ngayon dito ng devices kasi tapos na natin yung switch port security. Balik natin ito si Kali Linux. Okay, so let's try to demo, no, yung tinatawag nating trunking attack, ano. So dito sa gigabit, ano, sa gigabit G02 naka-dynamic auto ito so show int G02 switch port dynamic auto, no. Ayan, tapos static access kasi na-detect niya na client ito. Okay, so balik tayo dito, check muna natin kung meron siyang IP address, no. So meron siyang IP address, and then i-launch natin yung ano, so meron ditong 802.1q. Ito siya. So launch attack tayo. 802.1q. Okay, ay DTP, no. Sending DTP enabling trunk. Ayan. Okay. Ayan na siya, oh. Trunk auto. So check natin, no? If this port, no, itong G02 na to ay naging trunk nga. Show in G02 switch port. Dynamic auto, tapos nag-negotiate siya ng trunk kasi akala niya merong switch doon, no, naka-connect sa kabilang side, tapos naka-trunk, ano. Ayan, so delikado pala, yun yung sinasabi natin. So how to mitigate, no? How to mitigate this attack, ano? Sabi daw, ano, gawin daw natin siya access port. Subukan nga natin, no? Switch port mode access. Of course, no? Kung ito ay show in G02 switch port, siya ay access na static access, tapos trunk doon sa kabila, hindi yan magpo-form, no? So balikan natin. Yan, access off na siya. So kahit anong try niya dyan, hindi niya magagawa, no? So paano naman kung ito ay naka-trunk, no? Yan, so naka-trunk naman. Subukan naman natin. Trunk natin yung port na yan. Manually, no? In G02 switch port mode trunk. Kaya lang, this is ano, layer 3. Switch port trunk encapsulate. Yan, tingnan mo, no? Meron tayong ISL.1Q. By default, si Cisco meron sariling trunking mode. Yan, pang Cisco proprietary. Pero ang kilala kasi sa networking ay yung .1Q, no? Supported by multi-vendor kasi yan, eh. So .1Q. Show in G02 switch port. Yan, naka-trunk na siya. So operational mode trunk, administrative trunking encapsulation .1Q operational .1Q negotiation on trunk. Ayun, naka-on siya. So try natin ulit on our Kali Linux. Let's launch it again, no? Close muna natin siya, tapos para refresh DTP enabling trunking. Okay, desirable. So check ko nga. Naka-manual trunk kasi siya, eh. So ibig sabihin etong yan na, naka-trunk na rin siya. Ibig sabihin sineset niya yung sarili niya, no? Desirable, no? Dahil kasi ito ay dynamic, no? So ibig sabihin sineset niya access, desirable, and so on, hanggang sa makita niya kung ano yung proper negotiation, tapos trunk on, trunk desirable. Yan. So ulitin natin yung attack para malinis. So dumadaan siya sa stages, no? Access, desirable. So it will take time. Eventually trunk on. So naka trunk on. Basta trunk on or trunk desirable, so it is good din, no? So ang tanong is paano natin mapiprevent, no, doon naman sa trunk yung DTP, ano, switch port na negotiate ang command. Naka-trunk kasi anyway. So ulit, so ibig sabihin prior to this attack dapat naka ano na siya, switch port na negotiate bago pa tayo atakihin, no? So it will transition to any mode, ano, trying to negotiate do sa DTP. Pero according syempre kay Cisco, by using switch port non-negotiate, ito daw ay ano, madi-disable yung DTP. Set the native VLAN other than VLAN 1. Pwede naman tayo mag-grade na ibang VLAN tapos gawing native VLAN, no? Kasi yun yung common na inaatake, no? Common way para maka-access yung ating attacker. Next, DHCP attack, no? The goal of DHCP starvation attack is to an attack tool such as Gobbler to create a denial of service attack for clients, no? So recall that the DHCP starvation attack can be effectively mitigated by using port security, because this software, no, uses unique source MAC address for each DHCP request sent, no? However, mitigating DHCP spoofing attack requires more protection. Yeah. So Gobbler could be configured to use the actual interface MAC address as the source Ethernet address, but specify a different Ethernet addresses in DHCP payload. DHCP spoofing attack can be mitigated by using DHCP snooping trust, na pwede rin natin try yung ano DHCP starvation dito, no? Kaya lang baka maghang lang yung ano natin, mauubos, no? So kumbaga dito na tayo sa security measure, yung DHCP snooping. DHCP snooping filter DHCP messages and rate limit DHCP traffic on untrusted port, no? Tingnan natin yung kanyang implementation. So step number 1, enable DHCP snooping by using the IP DHCP snooping global configuration command. On a trusted port, use the IP DHCP snooping trust, no? On untrusted interfaces, limit the number of DHCP discovery message that can be received using IP DHCP snooping limit rate. Enable DHCP snooping by VLAN, no? Or by range of VLAN by using IP DHCP snooping. Okay, so kagaya nito. So dito sa port na to connected yung ating DHCP server, therefore ito trusted port, ito untrusted na yung mga yan. Okay, sige, gawin natin. IP DHCP snooping. And then pasok tayo sa interface G01 snooping trust. Yan. Tapos yung ibang port na i-range na natin yun, no? Kaya lang do show IP in brief. So G0 G02 3. Yan. So IP DHCP snooping uh, limit, no? Bibigay ito tayo ng limit ng limit rate para sa DHCP discover packet, no? Yan. So halimbawa mga 10 packet per seconds or 6 packets per seconds. Show IP DHCP snooping. Mamaya may makikita tayo dito mga address, no, associated with MAC address. So ngayon bigay na ulit tayo ng mga PC para makapag-acquire tayo ng addresses. So bakit kaya? So access. Bukas naman ito. Taasan ko kaya yung limit rate, no? So pwede rin tayong patayin ko muna ito or dali lang. Negotiation trunk off na siya kanina. Tapos reload natin siya. So while reloading, so to enable no IP DHCP snooping, and then pasok ka sa interface IP DHCP snooping trust kung sino yung port that leads to DHCP server, and then other interfaces that leads to the client, IP DHCP snooping limit rate, no? And then we can enable IP DHCP snooping per VLAN, no? Ginamit ko VLAN 1 lang. Ayan. Using show IP DHCP snooping, dapat may makikita tayo ditong MAC address associated to IP address. So therefore, kung pagka nakapag-collecta na siya ng napakaraming MAC address to IP, then pwede na rin nating i-enable dito yung yung dynamic ARP inspection, no? So kasi naka-record na yung approved legit devices, ano. So ngayon kapag mayroong mga attacker na magpapanggap ng kung sino man dyan, ayan, pagbabasihan niya dyan. So kung hindi magmamatch yung MAC address or IP address, then yung port na pinagkukonekan ng attacker will be set to error disabled state, no? IP DHCP snooping is configured on the following VLAN. VLAN 1. Operational on the following VLAN. Kaya lang di makakuha ng IP eh. Tanong dito kung naka-enable pa ito, no? Kaya di nakakuha ng IP eh. Naka-enable naman siya. At nagre-reply naman siya. Pang changes ginawa ko rito. So ayaw niya mag-respond, ano? Pero anyway, yung concept naman ay gano'n, ano? IP DHCP snooping trust. Tapos enable natin IP DHCP snooping and IP DHCP snooping VLAN 1, no? Ulitin natin. The rest na yan kasi is untrusted eh. Yan, so ayaw talaga niya. Anyway, so ganito dapat ang mangyayari. Magkakaroon ng may record yung MAC address and IP address ng DHCP client, and then therefore yan, pwede natin enable itong dynamic ARP inspection using this command. Parehas lang naman yung concept, ano. So, syempre ito trusted port, the rest is untrusted. Yan, no? IP ARP inspection, kunyari bilan 1, no? Yan, tapos pasok tayo sa interface, IP ARP inspection trust. Last one. Kayo talaga. So DIE can also be configured to check for both destination source MAC and IP, ano, using this one. So may sample naman dyan. So IP ARP inspection valid source MAC, isa pang line, IP ARP inspection valid destination MAC, IP ARP inspection validate IP. Yan. So para ano, no, para mag inspection siya doon sa ano, either source, destination or IP. Pagka kunyari nakakita siya ng ano, ng attack, no, doon sa interface na yan. So port pass, BPDU guard, no. So recall that network attackers can manipulate the spanning tree protocol. So kung end user or access port should be set to port pass din, no. Switch port mode access and port pass. Yan, para mag-skip na siya ng ano, process sa STP. So BPDU guard para ma-prevent natin na magkaroon ng election ng root bridge, no, doon sa access port natin. Okay. So spanning tree port pass default, or pwede pagsamahin spanning tree port pass BPDU guard default. Now all access port will be configured with port pass and BPDU guard. Okay, so that's all for this module, ano. I hope I'd be able to share to you, no, in easiest manner, no, and pardon me for some mistakes, no. Yan, doon sa ating mga commands ko minsan. Okay, nangyayari din kasi talaga yun eh. So muli, maraming salamat. Thank you for viewing.